Hello and welcome to Project Hero, a place where people with superpowers from all over get to compete and show who is the greatest. My name is Power Dealer, and joining me today is the co-founder, Skeleton King.
Hello, I'm Skeleton King, and I'm great to be joining Power Dealer today. Today we'll be announcing the first match of UTF. Teams from across all of Project Hero come together, fight to be crowned the best team.
UTF is judged differently from all these regular matches. So many more twists and turns are around every corner. Now, let's stop the waiting and get right into it. Today's UTF fight, the ultimate team fight, we will be watching Infinity Incorporated. Welcome, Infinity Incorporated members. This is going to be the second UTF. It is the ultimate team fight where teams from all over submit their peoples and they all have to work together to complete a common objective. Fighting for Infinity Incorporated is going to be Kage, Feybane, and Kilby. Delete. What team do you come from?
Come from the glorious arms of tomorrow.
There's an artifact inside of this dungeon. You will have to be going underground to go through this labyrinth of a dungeon to be able to get to said artifact and bring it back as most efficiently as possible. Delete. You will be joining Infinity Inc. in assisting them. Do your best to play your cards right and help them get through.
Right, so first off, before anything happens, I am going to buff the whole team.
Surface that Kage has given me with his construct to open a portal big enough for us all to walk through.
I tell my construct once we're through his portals to go down the stairs.
I guess I'll just be joining them in the portal on the construct's back. This is all very alien to me.
Alright, so the way you get through a maze is to always turn the same direction at every turn. So I recommend that we pick any direction, doesn't matter, right or left, and we turn that way at every turn until we get through.
You're going to see various constructor golem-like things made out of almost some type of metal, some type of earth.
For me, probably staying within the actual spirit realm.
You find yourself in one really big room. At the very far end of the room is some kind of really big glowy thing.
Okay, so if you guys don't want to risk yourselves, I am more than willing to step out of the spirit realm and try and grab the artifact so that we can take it with us.
I recommend that we continue through the spirit world right up to as close as we can get to this artifact, and that before we open anything, I hit everybody with another buff.
I'm gonna just look it over and be touching it, like feeling it, trying to see if there's anything about it that's like any type of power, magic, anything about it.
Alright. As you tap this cylinder, you see almost energy go through the entire cylinder like a wave, almost. This is where things change. As you tap this cylinder and the wave travels throughout it, even in the spirit world, you all can feel a deep rumbling. As this rumbling, as everything starts to rumble, you start to see the cylinder is now moving. It is now moving upwards. And it's connected to something. And it's moving more upwards. And more upwards until something breaks through the ground. Eventually, all of you guys are standing here against a 3 to 4 story golem with something really glowy on its wrist.
I make construct buzzsaw big enough to cut the golem, and I say, hunt golems.
Okay, so giant golem, and then there's a bunch of other smaller ones, right? Hopefully it knocks its own leg out, but I'm gonna try and be between its legs Because I'm assuming it's humanoid form, right?
Yes.
It's a humanoid stature. Okay. I'm gonna be trying to go in between the legs, so it's a lot harder for it to actually like try and swing and hit me.
I'm going to use these Shiva arms with plates on them to open up a portal big enough for people to fit through. And I'm going to move it as close as I can to everybody for them to jump through. And when they go through, I'll move it over to the next person, and so on and so forth. As soon as everyone's through, I'm going to try to close the portal and make sure that the golem does not get into it.
Alright. I'm gonna try and get a shot off where it's going up pretty much the center. So, assuming I'm on kind of like its backside, I'm gonna try and get a shot off so it's going through the majority of the.
Now, what happens when a golem gets sent through?
How big are these golems?
Like half a person size.
Oh, they're midgets!
Well, my saw blade is going after all golems. Like, I gave it the command to hunt golems. Well, I would also say before it ever gets hit, to go intangible so that way it could withstand getting hit more.
The arm would be severed. The moment you sever the arm, you notice that all of the golems deactivate. And
Great.
the big one, the main big one, just kind of goes, wow, delete. The moment you get close enough, the pillar shrinks. Delete. The thing that is glowing is now on your wrist.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, we should probably go that way.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow delete.
I'm gonna have a portal open for us to get back into the spirit world then.
Delete.
Yeah.
As you try going through this portal, you get stopped right at the arm.
Oh, that's how it's gonna be. Okay.
Oh,
Kage,
shit.
would you
Yeah.
be so kind as to leave a construct with me to drill a way out?
Yeah, I will leave a construct to help in case any cave-ins happen.
What happens when we walk through this entrance and we're out of here? Is that the end of it? Just the end of it.
Delete.
I knew it.
As you run through this, you hit a force field, meaning part of you is on one side, but your arm is on the outside, but the rest of you isn't. And this cylinder is trying to get out.
Well, I hope you guys. I will sacrifice myself for you guys.
No,
And
wait, take your hand off.
Wait, before we
No,
do that,
you
let's
guys-
look at some other options before we remove
Right.
an arm.
has everyone else made it out, or is it just me that's left behind?
Could I make a construct around delete and the artifact and move him out of the door?
If you try doing that, you'll end up noticing you're essentially gonna rip delete in half.
Okay, no, I
Hey,
don't do that.
if it
I
gets
do not do that. I do not do
the
that.
artifact out. Just leave me behind. Take the artifact and go. This is why I chose to be the one, so that your team could actually get out. I'm the outlier. I'm not really part of your team.
Well, except
Yeah.
you're part of the team, right? But it sounds like we have no option.
Doing it. Oh, I understand where you're coming from with this, but damn, I do what I said earlier, and I put the construct underneath the bracelet, and I take it out.
Delete. You get ripped in half. And with that, the artifact is in Infinity Incorporated's possession.